Okay, welcome to the 5th module for the Solidworks Associate Prep. This module is all about the evaluation of our parts and assemblies. So this will be the answers to the exam questions will be based on these evaluations that we do. So for a part, they will ask you for the mass. For a assembly, they will typically ask you for the center of mass, or they may ask you to measure an angle or some other an angle or a distance. And this is where our coordinate system that we placed in our assembly in the previous module is very important. So we can look at the exam, and this will show you basically we've got some global variables defined in the assembly itself as A, B, and C that shows a certain number of degrees. So when we put in our angle mates, we can make them equal to these global variables. It tells us what parts are mated and how, and it asks for the center of mass in our assembly. So based on our assembled part, of which the origin is here, we can then evaluate some properties of this assembly. So in the Evaluate tab, that's where this is important. We can evaluate the mass properties, and this will tell us the overall mass, and this will be based on the material that it is, and our center of mass. So if we were to report this as the answer on the exam, it would be incorrect because we defined a new coordinate system, and this report is relative to the coordinate values found in the default part, which is this pink origin, but not the origin that we defined. So if we change this from default to coordinate system 1, it will redefine that, and you see that our center of mass is now slightly different. So that's a very important thing to remember when doing the evaluation at the end, is that our coordinate system, at least in the assembly, is where we have defined it from our reference geometry. So no matter how we configure this part, the mass should stay the same. So when you are within a part,